you're looking to nail your next remote tech sales interview. Well, imagine this. A couple years ago, I was just another person blending into a sea of people looking for work. Then I focused on some elements and my remote interview approach, and that was like hitting the jackpot in the tech sales job market. Today, I'm going to talk to you about 4 game-changing tips for nailing remote tech sales jobs interviews, especially over Zoom. You don't need a fancy setup or inside connections. Just a few smart strategic moves can set you apart. So if you're ready to turn your next Zoom call into a career-defining moment, let's get it. You got to get into tech. What's up, y'all? I'm Tech Bag Trey, and first up, let's talk groundwork. Research and relate. Every company has its own playbook, right? Its products, its culture, its wins. If you enter an interview without knowing this stuff, that's like stepping into a title match without scouting out the opponent, right? Like, if you look at the Bible, I'm not an expert, but if you look at David and Goliath, what did David say first? Who is this uncircumcised Philistine? He was trying to figure out the opponent. And once he did, barbecue chicken. So what you want to do is be able to relate that company to your own experience. This is how you turn abstract answers that everybody gives that has nothing to do with nothing into those tailored responses that strike the right chords with interviewers. Like, you want them to be like, wow, they know our product. Wow, they know what our goals are. They know what we're looking to do here. Why? Because every answer is relaying back to what they want, not what you want. This whole process is you want to be the person that they want, right? Without saying it, you're saying, I'm him, I'm her. You're looking for me, okay? That's the goal. Moving on, mastering the tech, right? A blurry camera, a microphone that's cutting in and out. You don't want every word to be, I just want to thank, like, you don't want to be doing that kind of stuff. That can send the wrong signal, and you want to be putting your best foot forward. One of the things is doing the best you can with what you have, and that includes your tech, right? So when you're gearing up for video calls, you want to treat that like a pilot treating the aircraft before they take off, right? So you're going through the checks and you're checking off these boxes to make sure everything is all good before you get on, right? You don't want to be the person that literally is in the middle of the call. My internet is messing up, right? I'm sorry, my mic, or trying to wipe off your camera because it's so blurry. But then because you wiped it with a halfway dirty shirt, now it's more blurry, and then it's just not a good experience. So you want to make sure that you're securing a good internet connection. Make sure your audio is clear and you have some pretty good lighting, right? Or maybe also you want to get on maybe 4 or 5 minutes early on that Zoom call so that you can do all these checks before it starts. This is not something you want to be doing like while it's going on, okay? So while you're in the interview, that's one less thing that you have to worry about, okay? You don't want something like that going on, and then the next thing you know, you're drenched God, right? You're sweating everywhere and you can't focus on the answers that you need to give and giving them your best. So make sure that all the tech is firing off perfect. What's going on, y'all? Real quick, I wanted to stop in. There are some of y'all who are looking to get into the tech industry, and then there are some who are already in the industry, and you might be thinking about making a move to a different space. Well, there's a few ways you can do that, right? You can go to college or four-year university. There's nothing wrong with that. But then I also know that there are some people who would rather go a different route, like a boot camp. And there's a few of them that I got for you today. The one that I'll start with is Course Careers. Course Careers is literally one of the best ways to get into the industry after learning the information that you need to learn. They have multiple different spots in tech that you can get into and learn about. There's so many. I'll just say go to the link in the description below, and that way you can go through all of them and see what space you're interested in, right? Is it HR? Is it tech sales? Is it front end or back end development? I don't know. You do though. So go ahead, check that out. And for checking it out, because you're a part of the family, right? You're part of the Tech Bag family, they're going to give you a discount for going through the link below. And you'll also be supporting the channel, which, listen, this information is free, so it does help continue to push the message forward and help others break into the tech industry. So, with that being said, if getting into the tech industry is something that you're looking to do or you're looking to make a move, this is one of the most cost-effective ways to do it, and you will not be disappointed. I did want to also say, I know there are some of you who you're like, yo, those were great, but I'm looking to get into cybersecurity, right? I want to get paid to be nosy. That's what I do. And if that's you, there's nothing wrong with that. You'll want to take a look at my friends at Level Careers. Okay, Level Careers, they have a cybersecurity boot camp. And my guy, Josh McAdore, he's going to be the teacher over that. And this guy knows his stuff. Okay, so y'all want to either choose one of those, just go down below for clicking the link below. They're going to give you a free introductory course that you'll be able to learn some of the things that is going to be entailed in that space that you chose to see if it's best for you. After that, if it is, then you'll pay and you'll be right on your way to either getting to the tech industry or making that pivot into another space in the industry. Either way, it's a win. So I'll see you on the other side. With that being said, let's get back to the information at hand. Number 3, communication and charisma. All right, now this is where you're going to shine at, all right? Shine bright like a diamond. In the tech sales entry-level role and on up, it's all about communication. So just like an actor knows the right expressions, the right tones and gestures for the scene that actually have you forgetting that they're an actor, you have to project that confidence and likability through the lens, okay? So a lot of times, I mean, even myself, okay, I'm a pretty laid back and chill individual. So when I'm on camera, I have to remember to kind of take it up a notch just to seem regular, right? So take it from my experience, all right? This is not something you want to do. Okay, I do have a video on YouTube that I'll link to where I'm showing you all a real tech sales interview that I did for an SDR role. And you'll be able to see, because this is one of the first tech sales interviews I did on Zoom. And you'll be able to see all the questions that they asked and all of the things that I answered. But then also you'll be able to pick up on things that I did, right? So that you can be like, yo, you can do it better, right? So eye contact with the camera, not the screen. Now, this is one that I'm dealing with because in real life, it can be hard to focus on someone's eyeballs. So it definitely is on camera, right? You can be so caught up on focusing on the screen that you forget you need to be listening to what they're asking so that you can respond well and making sure that you're focused directly on the lens, because that's going to give the appearance of you in real life looking at them directly in their eyes when they're responding. And all of these things add up, right? That gives the effect of direct engagement, and all of that plays a huge part. Okay, so make sure you have a huge warm smile and a balanced tone, and that's the kind of stuff that's going to stick with the interviewer way after the call ends. Okay, and that's what I'm focused on right here. I want you to be one of those candidates. They might not remember what you said, but they will definitely remember how you made them feel. And it's one of those things that when they're all together, like going over candidates, they're like, yo, this person, we need them, right? It was something about them. And that something about them, that's that stuff that we're talking about right here, all right? So make sure you're doing all these things so that you can have that great impression on these interviews. And also dress well, y'all. Just because it's over Zoom, don't show up in the t-shirt, not do it right. When you do it right, everything else will fall in place. All right, number 4, closing with intent. Now, how you wrap up a call in an interview can be just as pivotal as the intro, right? So think of the close to a perfect sale where you and the customer or the interviewer are both ready for what's next and anticipation, right? That's how you want to have them. And one way to do that is by asking about next steps. Now, when you're asking about next steps, you're showing that you actually have some interest in being here. Like, not only did I just give y'all a great interview and showed y'all why I need to be a part of the team, but I want to know what's next. Why? So that I can prepare and be ready for the next steps and next things that are coming. And that's going to help. Also, asking questions. Now, you should be asking questions throughout the interview, and I have talked about that in other videos, but make sure you're asking questions throughout, right? So like when they say that question at the end, right? Do you have any questions for me? Make sure you've been doing that and that you do have some at the end. That's going to allow them to say, wow, they really care about what we have going on here. Okay. Now, reiterate your fit and excitement for the role. So you want to make sure you're going over why you're a great fit for that company. Because remember, you're in this thing also, and you want to go out on a high note and you want to rehash some of those things you talked about and make sure that they know and remember some of those pivotal things that can make you stand out. And all of that helps. Okay. Now, also a thank you email. That's non negotiable. Okay. Like this right here is one of those key things that, again, it's just one more thing that can set you apart. Why? Nobody's doing thank you emails for real. Okay. So anything that can get you over the top, that's what you want to be doing. And that's one of them. And just because I love y'all my family, I'll give you one more, right? And I want to see y'all win. Anytime a recruiter sent me an email showing me like, hey, who's going to be next up for me to interview with, I always went to that person's LinkedIn profile and scouted them out, okay? Looking for details that I could use in the interview, right? Anything that can help you stand out and become a communicator in the interview and instead of getting interrogated, right? Most people just sit there and answer questions and have no other interaction. You don't want to be that person, right? So this is getting more things that you can use that you can talk, right? So one thing I would do is maybe figure out how long they've been at the company. Why? That's a question that I could ask them, right? Hey, I saw you've been at this company for 3 years now. What's actually kept you around so long? Now that's going to give them what? A real thought that they have to think about and answer. And that's things that I'm saying that will make you different and will help you get to that bag. And another thing is on LinkedIn, I would sometimes go ahead and send them a friend request with a note saying, hey, my name is Trey, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you on Thursday at 3 in our interview that we have for the BDR role. These, again, the small little details that when you show up, now you're not really a stranger, right? They already saw that message that you sent. They know what you look like. They're waiting for you. That kind of softens the conversation, and that helps you get that leading edge going into the next interview. So that's it, y'all. The insider play-by-play to nail those remote interviews and get your foot in the door of the booming tech sales industry. So put these tips into your next game plan and watch as everything starts to turn in your favor, all right? And if this has actually helped you out, you feel inspired to get back in the game, or you're like, yo, I got it now, I'm going to go ahead and continue forward, go ahead, hit that like button. If you have any questions, put it in the comments section if you have any, and I will answer as many as I can for sure. I want you to succeed. I want to hear about the wins and everything, y'all. Also, subscribe to the channel for more info on the tech industry and tech sales. So take every Zoom call interview as important as possible, because it's all an opportunity to be exceptional, to be your best, and help you get in the door. You got this, and I'll see you in the next one.